Hello, dear learners. Welcome to Exploring an Understanding of How Research Supports Yoga for Mental Health. Let's set forth on a journey of exploration, gently weaving the threads of research into the fabric of our own knowledge and skills. So whether you're a therapist, a teacher, or simply a seeker of knowledge, I invite you to embrace these moments with a sense of gentle curiosity and openness. I'm your host, Judy Thompson, and in today's segment, we will be exploring the publication Sound, Touch, Form, Taste, and Smell as Pathways for Meditation, a review of Classical and Neuroscience Texts, published May 2024 in the Journal of Applied Consciousness Studies. Authored by A.C. Shivaram, Judhu Ilavarasu, and Raghavendra Bhatt. In this episode, we'll explore how contemporary studies are validating the mental health benefits of yoga and meditation practices that have been around for thousands of years. We'll consider the philosophical foundations of meditation, recent neuroscience discoveries, and practical yoga methods. We'll examine meditation research, including the stages of meditative states and how our senses influence deeper consciousness. And we'll also consider if these neuroscience insights on yoga wisdom may lead to better mental health treatments. As an integrative approach, meditation has gained significant popularity in recent years, but its understanding and practice differs considerably between Eastern and Western contexts. In the West, meditation is often viewed as a mental process involving focused attention or open monitoring, primarily aimed at achieving health benefits and stress reduction. This perspective has led to the development of various secular mindfulness practices that are widely adopted in clinical and corporate settings. In contrast, the Eastern understanding of meditation, particularly in the context of yoga philosophy, is much more profound and spiritually oriented. Here, meditation is seen as a process of self-purification leading to a state of moksha or liberation. To better understand the Eastern approach, we can look at the three-step process of meditation, as described by sage Patanjali in the Yoga Sutras. This three-step process consists of dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. According to Patanjali in the Yoga Sutras, the first step in the three-step process of meditation is dharana. Dharana is considered the preparatory practice of fixing the mind on a single object. This could be a physical object, a mental image, or even a concept. The goal is to train the mind to focus and concentrate. The second step in the three-step process of meditation is dhyana. Dhyana is characterized by effortless awareness. Here, the practitioner maintains continuous attention on the chosen object without distraction. The distinction between the observer and the observed begins to blur or soften. And the third step in the three-step process of meditation is samadhi. Samadhi represents a quality of being fully absorbed, or in an engrossed meditative state of mind. In this state, the meditator experiences a profound sense of oneness with the object of meditation. Patanjali outlines different stages of samadhi, leading to the ultimate state of kaivalya, or complete liberation. This Eastern approach to meditation is not just about relaxation or stress relief, but rather is a systematic method for exploring consciousness and moving beyond individual limitations. It integrates body, mind, and spirit, aiming to enhance the individual in a more balanced and integrative way. And while meditation can offer relaxation and help relieve stress, Eastern views assert that meditation's primary goal is deeper self-exploration and ultimately transcendence. A deeper understanding of meditation requires reconciling traditional frameworks with modern scientific approaches, each bringing unique insights into the mind's evolving states during meditation. Patanjali offers a layered, systematic framework to different states of meditation. This framework aligns well with contemporary efforts as a way to classify and understand meditative experiences. By examining this framework, we can begin to bridge the gap between ancient and modern perspectives, appreciating how foundational states of focus can evolve into increasingly refined levels of awareness. Within Patanjali's framework, the progression from dharana, focus concentration, to dhyana, meditative absorption, represents an essential transition as one moves deeper into meditative states. This journey from dharana to dhyana begins with the foundational states of vitarka and vikara, leading the practitioner toward increasingly subtle levels of concentration and awareness. At the foundation of this hierarchy is vitarka, the initial state of meditation. In vitarka, the practitioner focuses on gross physical objects or concepts. This state is further divided into two substates, savitarka and nirvitarka. In savitarka, the mind oscillates between the word, its meaning, and the knowledge associated with the object of focus. As practice deepens, this intermingled state transforms into nirvitarka, where a clear distinction emerges between these aspects and pure knowledge begins to shine through. Moving up the hierarchy, we encounter vikara. This state involves concentration on subtle objects or mental impressions rather than gross physical entities. Like vitarka, vikara also has two substates, savikara and nirvikara. The distinction lies in the nature of the object of focus, which becomes increasingly subtle and abstract. Each stage within dharana and dhyana helps to cultivate a more stable mind, which can lead toward states like ananda, where deep joy and contentment arise. In this state, the mind fills with positive emotions and is free from the daily fluctuations that typically disturb inner peace. Further refinement in practice may bring the practitioner to asmita, a state of pure self-awareness aligning with the deeper stages of samadhi. Here, a profound sense of being can emerge as separate from external identifications. These states form a progressive path, each preparing the mind for the next more refined level of awareness. Knowing this hierarchy or framework gives practitioners and individuals a roadmap for their meditation journey, helping them identify and navigate their practice stages. Building on our understanding of meditation's progressive states and the framework by Patanjali, we can begin to consider how these experiences are mapped in the body by using the Sankhya philosophy model. The Sankhya model offers a structured view of how awareness shifts from the tangible to the transcendent, illuminating the journey from the gross physical world to the deepest levels of consciousness. Divided into three layers, gross, subtle, and subtlest, this model provides a foundational context for perception and meditation. In the gross layer, we encounter the five elements, earth, water, fire, air, and ether, that are grounded in our physical existence. As we progress into the subtle layer, we move closer to the internal aspects of perception, meeting the tanmatras or senses, and experiencing the refined sensory essences that deepen awareness. The Sankhya model can help enrich our understanding of meditative practices, offering insights into how layers of perception unfold and connect with one another. The subtlest layer goes beyond both the gross and subtle. It contains Purusha or pure consciousness and Isvara, cosmic intelligence. In meditation, the aim is to move awareness from gross to subtle and finally to the subtlest layer. This process helps one to move beyond physical perceptions and access deeper consciousness levels. Through meditation, we learn to shift attention from the external world to our inner selves. The Sankhya model reveals insights about consciousness and serves as a roadmap for our inner exploration, guiding us from sensory experiences to one with more internal depth and pure awareness. As we journey inward from the gross to the subtlest layers of awareness, we encounter the tanmatras, the subtle building blocks of sensory experience. These essences, sound, touch, form, taste, and smell, represent the foundational elements of perception in the subtle layer, acting as gateways to refined awareness. Sound in particular holds a unique position in meditation practices. Through focused engagement with sound, we can quiet the mind, deepen concentration, and begin to dissolve the boundaries between the senses and consciousness. Exploring sound as a pathway into the tanmatras opens the door to deeper meditation and a more profound inner journey. To understand how sound can serve as a tool for meditation, we first need to grasp the anatomical and neurological basis of hearing. Our ears are remarkable organs, capable of detecting minute vibrations in the air and translating them into electrical signals that our brain can interpret. When sound waves enter our ear canal, they cause the eardrum to vibrate. These vibrations are then amplified by three tiny bones in the middle ear before reaching the cochlea, a spiral-shaped structure filled with fluid. Inside the cochlea, thousands of hair cells convert these mechanical vibrations into electrical signals. These signals travel along the auditory nerve to the brain's auditory cortex, where they're processed and interpreted as sound. Beyond this physical understanding of sound, yoga introduces the concept of ahata and anahata sounds. Ahata sounds are those we typically hear, produced by physical vibrations in the environment. These are the sounds of speech, music, or nature that we perceive through our ears. Anahata sounds, on the other hand, are subtler. Often described as unstruck or unheard sounds, they're said to arise from within during deep meditation. These internal sounds aren't detected by our physical ears, but are experienced as a form of inner vibration or resonance. Various Ayurvedic and yogic practices have been developed to harness the power of sound for meditation and healing. One such practice is Nada Yoga, or the yoga of sound. This involves focusing on external sounds, then gradually shifting attention to internal sounds, and finally to the silence beneath all sounds. Another powerful technique is the use of mantras. These are sacred sounds or phrases repeated during meditation. The vibration of chanting is believed to align the body and mind, creating a focused, meditative state. Brahmari pranayama, or the humming bee breath, is a yogic breathing technique that uses sound. Practitioners make a humming sound during exhalation, which creates vibrations in the head and chest. This practice is said to calm the mind and nervous system. The mind-sound resonance technique, developed by modern yoga researchers, combines elements of mantra meditation with the concept of resonance. It involves chanting specific syllables and observing their resonance within the body. These practices demonstrate how sound can be a powerful gateway to deeper states of consciousness. By focusing on external sounds, internal vibrations, or the space between sounds, we can quiet the mind and enter meditative states more easily. Our sense of touch is vital in everyday life and can be used for meditation. Let's consider how touch enhances spiritual development and mental health. The skin, our largest organ, is responsible for our sense of touch, and it's equipped with various receptors that detect pressure, temperature, and pain. These receptors convert physical stimuli into electrical signals that our brain interprets as touch sensations. This process, known as somatosensory transduction, allows us to interact with our environment and perceive the world around us. In yogic philosophy, there's a concept called Vyana Prana, which is considered one of the 5 main streams of prana, or life force energy. Vyana Prana is said to be spread throughout the body and is particularly associated with the sense of touch. Ancient yogis believed that by manipulating the flow of Vyana Prana, one could enhance their spiritual practices and overall well-being. One way to work with Vyana Prana is through the practice of mudras. Mudras are specific hand gestures that are thought to channel prana in particular ways. For example, the chin mudra, where the tip of the thumb touches the tip of the index finger, is often used during meditation to promote concentration and energy flow. Another aspect of touch in yogic practices is the mapping of the 5 elements to the 5 fingers of the hand. The thumb is associated with fire, the index finger with air, the middle finger with ether, the ring finger with earth, and the little finger with water. By touching different fingers or combining them in specific ways, practitioners believe they can influence the balance of these elements within themselves. A more advanced technique that utilizes touch as a meditative pathway is the pranic energization technique, or PET, developed at the Swami Vivekananda Yoga Anusandhana Samsthana. This practice involves 3 main steps. First, developing a subtle awareness of Vyana Prana flow in the body. Second, learning to direct this energy to different body parts. And finally, balancing the flow to energize the whole body. Pranic energization technique has shown promise in natural healing and improving immune function, making it potentially beneficial for conditions like AIDS and cancer. The technique demonstrates how touch-based practices can bridge the gap between traditional yogic wisdom and modern therapeutic applications. In Ayurveda, the ancient Indian system of medicine, touch-based practices are also highly valued. Abhyanga, or oil massage, is recommended for maintaining skin health, slowing down aging, and enhancing the sense of touch. This practice not only nourishes the body, but also serves as a form of mindfulness, allowing practitioners to connect deeply with their physical form. Another touch-based technique from the tantric tradition is nyasa. This practice involves touching various parts of the body while reciting mantras, essentially invoking deities to reside in different areas of the practitioner's form. Nyasa is believed to help overcome mental distractions and bring about a state of concentration, serving as a preparatory practice for mantra recitation and meditation. The sense of vision is perhaps our most dominant and complex sensory system. Our eyes are remarkable organs that convert light from the external world into neuroelectrical signals that our brain can interpret. This process is known as phototransduction. Let's break it down. Light enters our eye through the cornea and pupil, focusing on the retina at the back of the eye. The retina contains specialized cells called photoreceptors, rods and cones. Rods are sensitive to low light levels, while cones allow us to see color and fine detail. When light hits these photoreceptors, it triggers a cascade of chemical reactions. This leads to the closing of ion channels in the cell membrane, causing a change in electrical potential. This signal is then processed by other retinal neurons and ultimately transmitted to the visual cortex in the brain via the optic nerve. Now, how can we use vision as a pathway to meditation? One powerful technique is tritaka. This involves fixating the gaze on a single point or object, often a candle flame. As you maintain your focus, allow peripheral awareness to fade away. This practice not only improves concentration, but can lead to profound states of absorption. There are two main types of tritaka, bahistritaka and antastritaka. Bahistritaka involves focusing on an external object, while antastritaka uses internal visualization. Beginners typically start with bahistritaka, gazing at a physical object. As they progress, they can move to antastritaka, focusing on a mental image of the object. Another powerful visual meditation technique is deity visualization. This involves creating a detailed mental image of a chosen deity or symbol. As you build and maintain this image in your mind's eye, it becomes a potent focal point for concentration and spiritual connection. Our senses of taste and smell, while often overlooked in meditation practices, offer unique pathways to mindfulness and self-awareness. Let's explore how these chemosensory systems function and their potential role in meditation. The tongue, our organ of taste, is covered with tiny projections called papillae. These contain taste buds, each housing multiple receptor cells. When we eat, food molecules dissolve in saliva and interact with these receptors, triggering a process called chemotransduction. This converts chemical signals into electrical impulses that our brain interprets as different tastes. Similarly, our sense of smell relies on olfactory receptor neurons in the nasal cavity. Airborne molecules bind to these receptors, initiating a cascade of events that ultimately send signals to the olfactory cortex in our brain. Interestingly, some ancient practices recognize the potential of taste and smell in promoting mindfulness and health. For instance, Gandusa, an Ayurvedic practice, involves holding oil or medicated liquid in the mouth. This is believed to improve oral health and enhance taste sensitivity. Another technique, nasya, involves the application of medicated oils or powders to the nasal passages, potentially improving olfactory and sensory function. While meditation practices focusing specifically on taste and smell are less common, these senses can still play a role in mindfulness. The act of mindful eating, for example, encourages us to fully engage with the tastes and aromas of our food, bringing our attention to the present moment. In some advanced yogic practices, like Kakari Mudra, practitioners report experiencing various tastes as part of their meditative experience. And using aromatherapy and incense sticks in a mindful way can be another way to connect to the sense of smell. While such techniques require proper guidance, they hint at the potential depth of sensory experiences in meditation. By understanding and engaging with our senses of taste and smell, we open up new avenues for sensory awareness and mindfulness in our daily lives and meditation practices. The integration of traditional knowledge with modern neuroscience is opening up exciting new avenues for research. But there's a pressing need for more long-term, longitudinal studies to fully understand the mechanisms and effects of meditation. Researchers might consider developing more precise measurement techniques, not just focusing on brain activity, but also exploring how sense transduction signals correlate with various meditative states. Future studies could consider the neuroplastic changes induced by different meditation techniques, potentially leading to more targeted interventions for mental health issues. There's also room for investigation into the subtle aspects of meditation described in classical texts, using advanced neuroimaging and physiological measurement tools. Research connecting ancient meditation practices with modern science reveals new mental health applications. This emerging field promises insights into consciousness and effective strategies for promoting mental well-being in today's fast-paced society. Recent research on meditation has been expanding our understanding of its effects on both psychological and physiological levels. A comprehensive meta-analysis examined 163 studies, and this data helps in providing valuable insights into meditation's impact on various psychological variables. Their findings suggest that meditation can have significant positive effects on areas such as emotional regulation, attention, and overall well-being. However, the researchers emphasize a critical point. There's a pressing need for more precise theories and measurement devices to fully comprehend the mechanisms of meditation. This highlights the complexity of studying meditative practices and the importance of developing more sophisticated research methodologies. On the physiological front, studies have shown promising results regarding meditation's effects on the immune system, cardiovascular functioning, and pain perception. For instance, research indicates that regular meditation practice may lead to reduced inflammation markers and improved heart rate variability. These findings suggest that meditation could potentially serve as a complementary approach to traditional medical treatments for various conditions. One area where current research falls short is in providing a comprehensive, usable definition of the word meditation that encompasses both traditional understandings and descriptions, as well as modern neurocognitive understandings. This gap highlights the interdisciplinary nature of meditation research and the importance of bridging ancient wisdom with contemporary scientific methods. As research progresses, it must create more accurate theories to explain meditation's different states and effects, as well as develop more precise measurement tools to detect subtle changes during and after meditation. Combining traditional wisdom with modern neuroscience will help create a better understanding of how meditation impacts the mind and body. As we conclude our exploration of research supporting yoga for mental health, let's summarize the key points. We've examined meditation through Eastern and Western perspectives and seen how modern science is uncovering its effects on mind and body. Patanjali's ancient wisdom on meditative states is a multi-step approach to focus, concentration, integration, and liberation within meditation. We've considered how Sankhya philosophy helps in explaining the progression from gross to subtle consciousness states. We've explored how our senses serve as pathways to meditation, revealing connections between physical experiences and mental states. From sound vibrations to touch subtleties, visual experiences to taste and smell sensations, we've considered how each sense can be used as a tool for meditation and mental well-being. Thank you to the authors and publisher for all of the research within this important study: sound, touch, form, taste, and smell as pathways for meditation, a review of classical and neuroscience texts. For those eager to continue exploring, or for anyone seeking more in-depth information, additional resources and supplementary materials can be accessed within the links provided in the episode description. As we end our time together, remember to embrace and witness the beauty of life and within shared experience. Be the thread that creates compassion and curiosity for others. Thank you for joining me on this journey in learning how research supports yoga and integrative practices for mental health and well-being. May you find and share beauty and peace on your journey toward wellness.